Nobody's hearing anything on YouTube because I forgot to unmute from the other one. So they missed the wonderful opening of the bets Thursday night, 2019, 2026, blah, 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 blah. Moving along, I have audio confirmed. Nobody said anything in Zoom anyway. Scott was first. He's got some points, followed by John Williams. Hello, John. Good to see you're back. Hope things are going well for you now. And away we go. Yep, here we go. Yeah, I shaved the other night. You missed a couple things, but I actually shaved on Tuesday. I haven't shaved since. It will grow back eventually. Hello, Rich. Rich has joined us on the camera. Rich goes, yeah, how's it going? Yeah, I'm here. Looks up to the ceiling and go, what am I supposed to? Oh, yeah, wave. Hi. Interesting day we had here today. It was nice all day. I finished my 2 courses up I needed to take for my job. Got my certificates. Yay me. And then I went for a walk. I'm really disappointed in my walk. I'll come back to that in a minute. And it was about 70 some degrees outside. In fact, I was on the phone talking to someone. I said, I'm debating whether I want to go play 9 holes of golf or not, because it was that nice outside. And then I thought, nope, I don't have enough time, because it was a little before 5. Gets dark here around 6:15. But with the impending storms, I didn't think I could get any golf in. And I was right. I got my walk finished. I came in, I sat down on the couch, and within 10 minutes, it's pitch black outside. And we've got every known weather storm warning to mankind known. And we got rain, and we got lightning, and we got a little bit of wind, but nothing like Bloomington, Indiana got. They got hit very, very hard. Steve Mann's in the house. Greg Guy's in the house. That blanking glass started as soon. Well, that's crazy. That we thought we had it fixed, or you guys thought you had it fixed, and was really hoping he would have it fixed. John Dizzle weather, and it's 37 and light rain. I don't know what we are right now. I do know that about an hour ago, I got woke up from my nap because of the wind. I thought the roof was going to come off the house. And we're still under 3 tornado somethings. I think it's when the conditions are correct, or the conditions are right, but they haven't spotted one yet. What's it called, Chris?
A watch.
Okay, sure, let's go with that. I've never been able to just figure out what the difference in the two are. Mongog is in the house. Sporadic rain today, but really, really high winds in the Desert Empire, enough to shut down in very important roads. They shut a highway down because of the wind. Wow. John did a top. Scott is in second place, actually first. I don't consider myself to be in first place, although somehow I managed to pick up about 100,000 points overnight. And I think I made 3 comments on my live stream last night. Followed by John Williams, followed by Jeff Ryman, followed by Betty, followed by Long Dogs, that's a comment, followed by Galactic Volcano 03, then the Nightbot, then Jamie, then Greg, then Robert, then Rick, then DJ T-Doll, which is actually Sholly, followed by Sholly herself. There's your top 15. So my walk today, after I got everything done, after I got all my classes done, I just wanted to go out and take a nice little walk, and I did. However, I did something different on this walk. I timed my walk. I walked exactly 1 mile. If you think you know my time, put it in chat. Zoom hates your mouse. Maybe you need to try to call a cat to Greg. Yeah, it's something. Yep,
1 minute, 30 seconds.
Uh-oh. The camera seems to be screwed up too. Hang on, let me get you spotlighted. I see a potato, beef, onion, carrots, beef stroganoff,
celery.
No. Celery.
Just
that looks good.
Meat.
I have 2 pictures of my dinner somewhere. I made broccoli again, and I baked 2 chicken breasts that were boneless and skinless, and they were good. First guess is 18 minutes. Second guess is 25 minutes. Third guess is 10 minutes and 30 seconds. Beef stew, Ski Man says. Sam joins us. Hello, Sam. Of the three guesses, one of those is really, really super close. The other two are really, really, really far away. And I was very disappointed. I was walking at a pace that I got out of breath. Probably didn't help. I was talking on the phone, but I really thought I would have a much better time than the 22 minutes and 10-second walking time for a mile I had. Was not happy. I thought maybe 15 minutes, possibly 16 minutes. Nope. Very frustrating.
Several years ago, I had a 1.5 mile path laid out around my neighborhood.
Yeah.
And the best I ever did on a 1.5 miles was 20 minutes.
That's good. That's a good pace. I'd love to get to that. Hello, Jamie. Jamie's in the house.
Well, I couldn't come close to that now, but that was fast walking, not jogging. I don't jog anymore.
Well, oddly enough, I'll tell you how fast I thought I was walking, seriously, is I made the comment that if I keep this pace up for the next 2 or 3 days, I'll be jogging in a week. And I almost jogged tonight. I almost jogged 2 houses down to my house. The thought entered my head for a brief second. I'm like, nope.
Are you in the street or on a sidewalk?
I'm in both, actually. My cul-de-sac only has a sidewalk on one side of the road. The other side is not. So
the problem with my sidewalks here, when I'm in the neighborhood and not on one of the main drags, they got all of the cuts for driveways, and so some of them you're walking in an angle,
right.
and that is not good. You're old, decrepit.
Yeah. Ours are about the same way and then some. Sam said, made it through the portal. Yeah, tonight's thumbnail and is made entirely by nobody's caught the joke yet that I put in the title in the description that we all know nobody reads. I put who the thumbnail was made by, and
Well,
I
read
actually
the
did.
description, but there was nothing to do as a result of reading
Bloody
it.
Reddit. I didn't get it.
Some of us get it, some
Something
of us
about
don't.
Danny Noonan.
Danny Noonan, that's correct.
William
You're a
Dawson.
good boy, Danny Noonan. Wait and see how many people figure that movie out without Googling it. Walk to
Not
my
me.
kitchen and do what,
Never
Sam?
heard of Danny
Said
Noonan.
never heard of it.
Really? Chevy Chase? It's about
no.
golf,
Yeah.
Caddyshack. You've never heard of Danny Noonan? He's the caddy.
Oh, I didn't know the
Danny
guy's
Noonan
name. I just thought
is
it
an
was
American former professional football player.
Well, he could be that too, but I remember him from Caddyshack. Ski says I walk to the kitchen and back if I'm lucky. The blonde kid. I thought he was redhead. I know he ends up caddying for Ted Knight, Judge Smalls. Kind of a joke there as well. I sure is hungry as Alf. Yeah, Robert seen my dinner. He said it looked pretty good. It was very good, by the way. It's just an all-around. Bill Murray, he was the greenskeeper. Dan Aykroyd was in it. He was the hired hitman. I thought it was hilarious. I mean, the first one, like everything else with me, I rarely like a secondary movie or the follow-up movie. Like, how many Matrixes do we have? We have the Matrix, and we have the Matrix Part 2, and then Part 3, and then Reloaded, and Let's Do It Again, and there's just too many Matrixes, in my opinion. Yeah, it could have been. I don't know. I don't. I listen to things. I don't really pay that much attention to what they're wearing and how they look. There's some random guy sitting on the front of Alf, but there's some random guy. Yeah, Alf was a decent show. I watched a couple of those. Long Dog round chicken patties for my dinner. My own spike sauce, scorpion pepper something. The chat went up, so I didn't get to see it. I baked my chicken. It was really good. I put a lot of spices on it. It was really, really good. My own special deal. A little bit of that, a little bit of this, garlic, chili powder, pepper, lemon pepper, a couple other little ingredients. I try to watch the movie for the story, not the people playing the characters. Yeah, I understand that too. Leslie's back. Hello, Leslie. Let's go see if Leslie's channel grew by leaps and bounds overnight or not. "34. I believe she was in the 20s when we started last night, so that's good. Did y'all hear that Jurassic Park has been voted the most rewatchable movie of all time? That's another one that's got 75 versions of the same movie.
Having seen it once, that was enough.
I've seen Jurassic. I think I've seen all of the Jurassic Parks. I've seen the first one all the way through at least once. After that, I don't think I've seen them all the way through because it's just the same old thing over and over again.
No, but they're on a different island.
Okay.
I think. I haven't watched the rest of them.
Yeah, I think they are on 2 different islands, maybe even 3 different islands. I know one of the movies they end up in San Diego allegedly. That
Okay.
doesn't
Haven't
look
seen
like
that one.
Yeah, they bring back a couple monsters, and Jeff Goldblum's in it, and they're driving through the alleged streets of San Diego trying to stop I think it's not a raptor, but the big dude, the big guy that runs the dinosaur world.
Tyrannosaurus.
Sure, let's go with that. See, I don't pay attention to yeah, it's a big dinosaur. That's a bigger dinosaur. No, I think it was a raptor, though. I'm not sure.
Look under your pillows.
Roger, Roger, over. That's Chris in his walkie-talkie. He can unmute when he needs to say something.
Roger Dodger.
Now, the one I did watch a little bit of, and I thought it would be better than it was with Chris Pratt when he actually could train the Raptors. A little far-fetched that you're training you're in control, or so you think, of a dinosaur. I did think that one started out decent, but after that, I just lost interest in it. Gonna watch Master and Commander. I hear that's a good movie. Russell Crowe, I believe, is in that. Scott's got 30 degrees right now and partly cloudy skies. I don't know what ours is. I just know winter's coming back next winter, and I'm not happy about it. I like the 2 past days that we had. They were very good days. And we are currently 55, almost 56 degrees, and it's still light rain there. Okay. Waiting for the snow. You can have my snow. I'll send all my snow to you. We're not snow forecasted, but we got cold temperatures coming back. I mean, it is, after all, still February. I think that's what everyone keeps forgetting. It's still February. I was watching Ryan Hall earlier tonight, and I was watching my local news at the same time I was watching Ryan Hall. And I'd rather watch Ryan Hall. He is a little bit better at telling you what's going on. He announced there was a PSD or PDS. I can't. Robert will tell me because I know he was watching it as well. But anyway, it's a thing about tornadoes, and it's a rare thing that they say. It's it's either PDS or PSD. I think it's PSD, potentially severe damage, I believe is what it was. But anyway, he said, he says, oh my goodness, we have for the first time since I can remember a PSD warning, and it's for Bloomington, Indiana. And apparently there was a tornado on the ground. Nobody could see it because it was dark. And it was 10 minutes later, on the TV show that I'm watching, the local news in Indianapolis, 45 miles away from Bloomington, Indiana, the guy comes on and goes, well, we have a PSD announcement just by the National Weather Service. I thought, man, you guys are way behind. You guys should watch Ryan Hall. So that was pretty interesting. I have not heard of any damages or anything, any building destructions, fatalities, or injuries. I have not heard anything. I really haven't looked yet because I laid down to take a nap until I thought my roof was coming off. The wind was that severe. Ski Man, are you expecting snow? You're being asked by one of the listeners, one of the watchers, which currently it looks like we have 10 people that have liked out of the 14 people that have watched. I would like to hit the numbers we hit last night. We had 110 views in the little over 1 hour live stream that we did. And that was amazing. I've never had that many live stream participants ever. I did make a slight change tonight. I put back the subscribers to, I believe it's 5 minutes. I watched a lot of views. Maybe a dusting. Yeah, I'm not sure where they all came from. Did you guys hear that the Chicago Bears are potentially moving to Indiana? Yeah, they're going to move to Hammond, Indiana. They had a thing on the they had to vote on it today in the state of Indiana for the Chicago Bears to move to Indiana. And about the time they were voting on it, do what,
The
Chris?
Chicago Chipmunks.
I don't know what they're going to be called. It'll be interesting. It's interesting they're going to Hammond too, but the state of Indiana has already said, yeah, we'll let you guys come here. Taxpayers are going to pay for it. I didn't realize that. We and when I say we, I mean they up north. I don't think it'll affect us down here in the middle of the state. Are actually going to foot the bill for that because they were explaining it on the news, and I thought, man, how wrong is this? Super windy here tomorrow, trash day. Hope my cans don't blow away. So we'll see. I know the state of Illinois, I think it was, at the same time that the state of Indiana was voting on it, the state of Illinois canceled their meeting. I don't know if that means it's a foregone conclusion that they're going to move to Hammond or not. If they do, it'll be 3 to 5 years down the road because they can't construct the stadium that quickly for them to move for next year's football season. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, Long Dog, I did hear about that. That's been around for about 3 or 4 weeks now. Star Marshall's back in the house. Oh, Star Marshall. Remember seeing you the other night. Chris, you made a comment about internet or YouTube. Were you having trouble with YouTube earlier today?
I was having problems.
Get up in the morning. I clock it.
Couldn't get logged in or couldn't watch any videos or the same problem that was happening the other day?
Stop.
Jamie wants to know, what's all the football drama in Missouri? I think the Kansas City Chiefs are leaving. I'll probably screw this up. I think they're leaving Missouri to go to Kansas, I believe. I think they're currently in Kansas or in Missouri. You even know they're the Kansas City Chiefs because Kansas City sits in both Missouri and Kansas. I believe the stadium itself sits in Missouri, I believe. I've driven by it a million times, but I couldn't tell you exactly where it sits. And there is rumor that they're going to move. I saw an article a couple days ago that Travis Kelce's all upset if they're going to move. But again, they make this sound like this is going to happen overnight. It's not. It takes a long time to build a football stadium.
Yeah, now what was you asking me? I'm sorry.
So you're fine. I was wanting to know what you said you were having some problems with YouTube earlier today. I was wanting to know, was it the same thing as yesterday? Were you not able to watch videos or what was going on?
I don't know. I've been buffering a lot.
Oh, I don't have that problem.
And I shouldn't be buffering. And I done speed tests and it's fine.
Huh. What browser are you using, if you don't mind that I ask?
It don't matter. Either one I use, Google Chrome or Edge.
See, I don't use the Edge. I use Firefox and Google Chrome. Now, I have noticed that Firefox does tend to buffer for me a little more than Chrome does. And I just equate that to Google and YouTube are basically the same thing. So therefore, they shouldn't have any problems. But when they can detect that you're on Firefox, they're like, okay, buddy, we'll show you. And then they send out the little buffering thing. That's good. You won't get taxed to buy for another year. To Scott, what are they talking about? They got snow. Yep. You guys probably didn't have that much of a bad winter and your salt and chemicals were used, John. I know we've had, I mean, even though we had the one big, major, massive snow, it's been a decent winter for us. Uh, Jamie says, Ken, the KFC pictures I sent you weren't those? Yeah, I actually wanted to get your permission to use the pictures. I think I want to create an intro, a trailer, if you will, which is basically an intro with those pictures. I thought I emailed you, but obviously I did not. It's been a busy couple days for me. I wanted to get my 2 required courses done. I passed them both. I passed one of them with flying colors. The other one I missed. Out of this 22 modules, I only got 20 of them at 100%, and 2 of them were at 80%. And who cares? I passed. I did learn my first aid today that if you're bleeding or you fall off a ladder or something like that, I'm your man. You're given 5 minutes to complete this scenario thing. And I did the one where the guy was bleeding, or the girl actually was bleeding and fell off the roof in 2 minutes and 21 seconds at 100%. I felt good about that one. So if you're bleeding, give me a call. And I think you all know I hate the sight of blood. Anna, Ski Man says, okay, so
I lost 3 pints of blood. What do I do?
Well, see, that was one of the questions actually. How do you determine if it's never mind. We have Anna in the house. Anna. Why does that sound like Nana and Banana or Banana Nana or something? Hello, Anna. Yeah. It's hard for me to talk and keep up with chat at the same time. I'm going to have to designate some people around here to do some things. Start earning your keep. Keeps the salt out of the lakes.
Moderators can say, bite me.
Yeah. About the buffering issue, can you run 2 machines at the same time? I can. And see if they both buffer. That's not a bad idea. Glad I didn't think about that when I did it a couple weeks ago, but great idea. And again, Google was fine. Firefox was buffering. I don't know. If someone can figure that out, that'd be good. Yeah, I give you permission. Cool. That'll come out tomorrow night for the trailer then. Do you have a preference of music genre? I would say you have a preference of music group type or a song, but I got to be careful with that. But if you give me a genre, then I can go get it out of the YouTube studio and hopefully be okay with that. May snow is worse. Oh, I can imagine. Snow in May? That would ruin the 500. Can you imagine doing 200 miles an hour on snow on the track? Holy cow. Love Motown. Okay.
Fun times in Indianapolis.
Really. I read an article. Go ahead, Jeff. Or whoever. Thought I heard somebody start to say something. Wait, let me guess. I heard Greg's TV say something. Yep, I heard Greg's TV say something. He can unmute when he needs to speak.
I didn't see it, but my father told me he saw snow on the 4th of July when he was a kid.
Wow. And this was in Kansas?
In Kansas, the place I grew up in.
All right.
Didn't stick
Scott
on
says,
the ground, but the flakes came down.
Well, sure. Scott, I've seen snow on the ground, sticking on the ground, affecting the traffic in October. That's the earliest I've ever seen it. The latest I want to say is probably April.
But it's not as cold now as it was. Well, in the wintertime back then, the river near where I grew up would ice over, and the ice would get thick enough to put a Model T on it. I doubt it would have helped a modern car, and the river hardly ever freezes over anymore.
Yeah. Speaking of Kansas, did you see where Kansas star basketball player, after scoring 28 points in, 15, 20 minutes, requested to be pulled out of the basketball game, and his coach went ballistic over that.
No.
By the way, they won by damn near 30 points. Okay. It's not like he was needed. It's not like he had not contributed. Isn't Bill Self the coach of Kansas?
Self, that sounds right. Yeah.
Yeah, he's thinking only about himself, pun intended. How? Oh, don't get me started. Poor Mister Guy. It's going to snow until 7. John says it's going to snow until July 4th, 2026. Is that true? It probably is. I think I saw that on YouTube somewhere. Um,
Well, the Kansas State thing's going to get interesting. They supposedly fired their coach for cause, and everybody's saying, "Oh, that's a bunch of BS. They can't do that." Blah blah blah. But it was reported today by somebody who had a lawyer look at the contract, and supposedly there's a clause in it that says the sole person who can determine what constitutes cause for firing is the athletic director. It's
I was
in the
going to say it's
contract that the guy signed.
one person. Yeah, exactly.
And whether that'll hold up in court, I mean, you go to court and you never know what's going to happen, but it'll probably give them enough leverage to at least come to a compromise on a buyout.
Probably, yeah. JB says that her family has a farm up in Michigan. She doesn't miss chopping the wood, but she misses taking the tractor out on the pond to clear the ice so that they could ice skate. I'm not sure I would clear the ice on the pond, but I get it. If you do ice
Clear the
skating,
snow off on top of the ice, she was saying.
well, yeah. I mean, I get it. I get it.
Well, up that far north, the ice probably gets thick enough to
Oh yeah, yeah. Depending on
drive
what part of
on, or
Michigan it's in too.
certainly if it's in what do they call it, Upper Michigan or
I think she said it. Her aunt and uncle live in Upper Michigan. They get snow until June sometimes. I seen a comment earlier.
yeah, Upers. I think that's what they're called.
I thought I seen Arkansas mentioned up here. Oh, I see what it was. It was a comment Ski Man made to Chris. I thought for some reason that involved our good friend out of Sheridan, Arkansas, but it did not. So I'm debating on whether I'm going to the VA thing tomorrow or not. I kind of want to see what happens with this job before I don't want to toss this job to the side yet, if ever. Haven't even started technically. So I want to give it a shot and see how it goes. And I think I can actually work it into my lifestyle that I enjoy, and I won't skip a beat on YouTube. Let's put it that way. I kind of been formulating
Are
this
you
plan.
driving your own vehicle or driving a
Driving their vehicle.
Driving a provided vehicle.
Yes.
Do you need a CDL?
Nope. Don't need a CDL.
That's good. I guess.
Yes, Scott, you did make a comment, and yes, Scott, you figured it out. We'll see. I'll keep it the same, but I'm not going to change anything. But hopefully, nobody else. Hopefully, you figured it out. Sort of keep it to yourself, and we'll see. I figured I actually figured it would be a homie that would figure it out. I'll give you some points tonight if I'm around when you show up. I start it and go to bed. Do what?
On your earlier stream today?
My overnight stream, yeah. Trying to figure out, well, I mean, it's YouTube, so who knows? When I checked my watch hours earlier today, I was at 9:33. I got 27 watch hours over my overnight stream last night, allegedly, supposedly. When I checked right before I went live, I was down to 9:02. The math doesn't math. If anything, it should have went up. Maybe they took, I don't know. And as long as I'm above, as long as it's green, got the green check mark, I'm good. I don't really lose sleep over it. Something about they're called yoppers. 3 feet, the ice in Madison Lakes was over 3 feet thick. That'd take forever to thaw. You can drive a semi on that.
Oh, Upers. You know that lawyer that we talk about sometime?
Louis Rossman?
No. The tech guy, but
yeah, I'll think of him in a minute.
Well, he's from Michigan. and he's mentioned that once or
Lato?
twice. Yeah, Lato. He lives in Lower Michigan. He's not in the Upper Peninsula, but
I can't think
I
of
know
his
he's
first
also
name though.
Upers. Steve.
No, someone asked is 933 the high. No, I thought I was going to hit 1,000 watch hours the other day. I mean, and it's going to be a one-time thing. It's in a 28-day period, and as long as it 1K for 28 days, that's a short goal of mine. That would be so cool. I don't think I can sustain it. I don't think I can come up with enough creativeness to run things at various times of the day to get people to watch. We'll see. John, your point balance is 188,560. You might scroll back. Steve Lato. Yeah, thank you. That's who it is. I couldn't think of his first name. I should with the name Steve. So I'm consistently, and I'm going to jinx myself, in the nines currently. Then we'll see. We'll see. The channel seems to be moving in the right direction. I'm hoping it doesn't suffer too much in the next couple of days when I start working, because I think it will be altered a little bit. I like the 10 o'clock slot myself. I think it balances out well across the United States. Maybe not so much the world, but as far as us here in the United States, 10 o'clock Eastern, 9 o'clock Central, 7 o'clock out on the West Coast. I think that's good. And if you happen to be in Hawaii, then it would be what, 5 o'clock? No. Yeah, 5 o'clock in the afternoon, I believe. I think that sounds about right. Anyway. I got to go see what this Whoppers is about. I missed that comment. My neighbor called and checked on me. She's getting something for the baby. She like, oh, nice. Pizza sounds so good. That's one of the foods I must stay away from. We had a Siberian Husky that loves walking on the ice. I couldn't. I wouldn't even attempt to walk on ice. No way. I got to go find out what this is about. I'm going to be so far behind on everything. And we're going to have dead silence. We used to push a broom across a shallow lake and skate all day. The lake was 3 feet deep. Yeah. We had a lake where I grew up, but I have no idea the depth. They said it was the deepest at the end where the dam was at, which kind of makes sense. What always amazes me about winter and lakes and ponds. Well, first of all, what's the difference between a lake and a pond? Google if you'd like, unless you know it off the top of your head.
A pond is small.
It's the area.
That's one of the conditions, yes. There's also another condition.
Pond is smaller.
Has to have an input and an output.
The pond does not have an input and an output, whereas a lake generally has an input and a dam, thus an output. You're correct, Sam. Yes. What always got pond is enclosed. Yep. What always got me is in the wintertime, you have fish. The fish don't migrate. They're not like the birds. They don't swim away to warmer climates. They stay in that lake. How do they get by the winter?
They go to a deeper depth.
They go to practically the very bottom, actually, from what I've been reading, what I've understood.
Yeah.
And they get very, very slow in their metabolism. And I don't know. I found that to be interesting. Greg says, that Jamie, Verizon installed the fiber for the telephone line. So you're getting fiber internet, Greg, as well? Just your phone? That seems kind of weird. Susanna Morgan's in the house.
No cost to me and no price increase.
Well, that's good. That's real good. For now. I mean, for now. I'm sure sometime point they would. Figured you could, okay, somebody must, okay, so what did I miss? John and Scott are having, John was gifted 5,000 points. Okay. Thank you, Scott. Um, I'm going to look at something here, which I kind of wish I could do this a different way, but this is fine. I can't read the entire comment, but we'll look at it. So, Scott, you're still ahead by a little bit. Looks like you're about 4,000 points ahead of, roughly ahead of John. Um, when he did snow removal, he would pile all the snow in the backyard for the husky to play. He loved it. I would just, when I do the snow, I push it off to the side and just so I can get up and down the driveway. I don't worry about the sidewalk at all. Nobody comes up the sidewalk, so I really do not use my front door. I enter and exit the house through the garage. I had metal containers. We catch big fish, put them out there. They reproduce in the spring. Yeah. John said, or Scott says that they've changed his internet and phone. He may have to change.
Magnetic. He can do this geeky thing and these geeky.
Yeah, I like fishing in pay
Sorry.
facilities where they stock the lake so that they don't guarantee you're going to catch a fish, but basically they more or less guarantee you're going to catch a fish. If you don't catch a fish at a pay lake, something's wrong. I'll just put it that way. Generally, it's carp most of the time. There's a few trout every now and then. Every once in a great while, Mother Nature will take over. You'll get some bluegill and some bass, but for the most part, it's carp.
Place we had when I lived back in Tennessee had trout and catfish, and I think maybe bass.
Little sunnies at the edge of the pond. And reach down with your hands and grab them out.
Yeah.
Because they're so used to being there.
I like the crappie fish. They are for the size of the fish. They're a good fighting little fish. Catfish fishing's an art in itself, and most of the time, if you're catfish fishing, you're fishing at night. Even though they're active during the day, but they're a nocturnal fish. We used to set up our poles and put little bells on the end of it so that when it was nibbling it, the bell would ring.
Yeah, my dad liked to catfish. He'd go down and sit on the riverbank half the night.
Yeah. Did he use a bamboo non-reeled fishing pole?
Normally not. Normally he used a regular.
Really? My dad fished with a bamboo stick,
Yeah, I mean,
if
I've
you
seen
will.
that.
Yeah.
We didn't have any of those. I've seen people use them.
It's an interesting way to fish. I'll put it that way. I never got the
Well, he used to
concept.
set trot lines too, if you know what I'm talking about.
I do.
One
Yep.
time he got a snapping turtle on one. He just cut the line. And he got an alligator gar one time and cut the line.
Yeah.
Don't
We
mess
have
with
gar in
the
Indiana, allegedly.
We
I've
don't
never
have,
caught
we
one.
didn't have many. One came up the river from southeastern Kansas. The river started north of us and ran all the way to southeastern Kansas on into Oklahoma. And the gar were more common the further south you got.
Scott said they used to catch catfish 30 plus inches.
Bullheads, my dad used to catch a lot too. Those were smaller, but if you had
Jamie's
several
talking about watching for bear somewhere. Oh, bear. I misread it. My fault. I thought she said they had to watch for beer.
I'd rather watch for beer than bear.
Yeah, really. Catfish is delicious deep fried, I've heard. If they say, I'm not a big fish eater at all, but they say if you know how to cook it, it is really good.
Depends what they've been eating too. Farm raised catfish generally taste better, the ones you buy in the store, than the ones you catch in the creek or the river.
Yeah.
But I don't like fish very much at all. My dad caught so damn many fish when I was growing up that I'm tired of fish.
Yeah, I was going to say burn out on it.
I haven't eaten a fish in I don't know how many years, a long time, and I still have no desire to eat another one.
I like cod, halibut, and mahi
Well, I
mahi.
mean, like when I went to that hot pot thing the other night, they had fish there, but it's cubes that have been prepared at the
Right.
Asian
Anyone watch
market.
the idiot steal the ambulance in Wisconsin? No. I saw something earlier. You guys were talking about that. So somebody stole an ambulance in Wisconsin. Was anybody in the ambulance when he stole it, or was it sitting empty without a patient? Just wondering.
That's a real fun way to go to jail
Uh,
real fast.
John says, oh, he's saying, yes, he saw it. Yes, someone was in it. Jamie is saying there was actually a patient in the ambulance when the guy stole it, or was it a guy or a girl? I don't know anything about it. If you have a link, please drop a link in chat so that I can check it out later, please. I felt so sorry for Robert earlier today. We're messaging I'm on the phone watching the local news because of the storms, and he asked me if I was watching Ryan Hall y'all, and at the time I wasn't. I said no because I'm on my phone, and I said, can you send me a link? Not knowing if it would work or not. It does, by the way. It's a little difficult to watch on the phone because you got this little bitty 6-inch screen you're watching something on. But I was able to get where it was just him and the weather and not chat going by at 100 miles an hour. So I could watch him and my news, and they were a good 10 minutes behind, which was pretty sad. I just was disappointed in that. And I haven't seen anything yet, but I guess Bloomington got smacked really hard. Man, can you imagine? Wait a minute. You're a patient in an ambulance and your ambulance gets stolen. How did the ambulance get stolen with the patient in it? I'm trying to formulate this in my head. Generally, ambulances have two people in them. One's driving while one's attending to the patient when there's a patient. When they're not, they're both up in the front. I can't even picture how that scenario would go down. Oh, my goodness. Scott says that was in my county, stopping 50 miles from here. I've driven that road hundreds of times. Yeah, I would really like to have a link so I can check that out. I did start watching the link Robert put in last night in the homies chat about the Olympics and how they do things from so many miles away. Oh my goodness. The boards that they used. You guys think I have a setup here? I don't have anything. I sat there in awe of it's an entire room of boards and monitors. Man, that would be so. I can't keep up with OBS and Stream Deck and StreamerBot right now. Can you imagine me at something like that? The guy was naked. It just somebody give me a link. Oh my goodness. So you got a naked guy stealing an ambulance with a patient in the ambulance. Was this on the news? Was this on YouTube? Where did you guys see this at? Man. Very, very strange. I forgot to go. I gotta see how far back I can go in the chat here. Hopefully I can get all the way back to the beginning, and it looks like I cannot get all the way back to the beginning. I forgot to check something out earlier. I wanted to see something. Betty's in the house. Good morning, Betty. Probably about 7, maybe 8 o'clock in the morning in her neck of the woods. She's 8 hours ahead if somebody wants to take the time to figure that out. I rounded it to what makes sense to me. So maybe the YouTube video, if it's on YouTube, has been taken down. Oh wait, Ski Man drops me a link. Let me check that out. Thank you, Ski. If this is what I think it is, open link in a new tab. Wisconsin police chase a stolen man. Oh my gosh. Okay, thank you. I will watch this later. and it's a 19-minute long video. Is the guy running the ambulance with the lights on? It doesn't look like he is. I'll watch it later. Thank you, Ski. Scott probably put the same one in. It looks like maybe, or maybe it's the same one, only a different link. I'll go see what that is as well. Yep, same one, 1912. Thank you, guys. I will check that out. John says the guy was naked who stole the ambulance, and the driver that stole it was naked. Isn't the driver and the... Thank you, Jeff. That's kind of what my thought was.
I guess I'm just getting too old to understand.
I think I passed that a long time ago. I really do.
I thought the guy driving it was the guy that stole the ambulance, but
That's what I thought too, but apparently maybe it was cousins. I don't know. And
yeah.
Jamie drops the link. Let's go see what that is. Hey, cuz, what do you want to do today? I don't know, man. Let's go see if we can steal an ambulance. We'll strip all our clothes off. Thank you, Jamie.
Welcome to my area of the country, says Scott. Okay.
Sounds like something on Grand Theft Auto game.
Scott said in his thing that he's driven that road.
Yeah. I don't think I would ever drive it again if people are stealing your car and they're naked. I mean, that sounds kind of dangerous. That's messed up. Okay, now you can take Jamie's comment that she said that's messed up, indicating she's trying to talk like the boxer. I can't think of his name right now. That can't pronounce it, and he says meth. He doesn't pronounce his S's. It's always TH, meaning she's saying it's messed up, or you could interpret it to that it's messed up and that they were on meth. I mean, you can interpret that however you want. Because I interpreted it both ways, actually. He is naked. He is naked, okay? He being the driver, he being the patient, he being the writer. Well, there's more to the story than meets the eye. I will watch the link right after the show ends, by the way. I think he had something in his system. Sounds like it. Probably had some of that beer from Michigan.
They don't look, Ethel.
Yeah. The streak. He was in his birthday suit. 88 people so far have watched. That's good. Last night we had 110 viewers. I don't think we're going to hit that now. We have about 11 minutes to go, and I don't see. I honestly think it's because of the way I set the subscribers. Now I can test that theory tomorrow night. I think people are willing to subscribe for a minute and hang around to say something and then leave. I don't think anyone's willing to hang around. I think I got it set to, I think 5 minutes, maybe 10. Mike Tyson. Yes, I was talking about Mike Tyson. You're right. And I didn't see that you corrected it. I seen the TYHN. I knew you were talking about Tyson. He has problems pronouncing his anyway. Mabel's in the house. Hello, Mabel. Check your points. 20 thumbs up. Boy, don't I wish you could give 20 thumbs up, but I know what she means. She's the 20th like that I see on my screen. It would be so cool if you could manipulate the thumb system, and I believe you can. It's just you got to spend money to do it. Hopefully things are going well for you in Iowa. Hopefully you didn't endure any of this bad weather we had locally today. Most of it looked like it generated in Illinois. In fact, while they were showing the tornado in Bloomington, he flipped over back to Illinois real quick in the Effingham area, and he said, I don't want to belittle this at all. You guys have got a storm brewing here. We'll come back to it in a minute. And he jumped back over to Bloomington, Illinois, so I have no idea. I think that's the one we've got moving in later tonight. The good thing is I haven't lost power yet, knock on wood, and I hope that we don't. If we do, we do. You know, laptop's charged, got a good strong battery in it, phone's charged, it's good to go, so I'll be entertained, so to speak. I need to do that. I need to set up a live stream from the laptop just to see how that's going to go because I don't think I've tested that yet. Hijack the wife's account. Another live. Thank you, Ski. They say it helps. I don't know. They say it helps. We will see. Jeff, are you researching the naked ambulance driver? No. Jeff goes, not really. Oh, look at that. They could tell right away he was unarmed. Wait, hold on. Stop the presses. You got an unarmed guy. Oh, wait, he wasn't carrying a weapon. Okay, I got it. Never mind. Forget where that was going. Man. I had to get up and turn the fan on. It's getting rather warm in here. I had to turn the overhead fan on a little bit. Yeah, I guess they would do. I mean, I suppose you could conceal a weapon, but we don't really want to go down that road either. But yeah.
Depending on age and circumstance, that could be assault with a dead weapon.
We need a drum. We need a drum thing right there for that. I thought it would be an attorney ambulance chaser. We don't want to talk about attorneys. Right now, attorneys and I are just, we don't want to talk about that. For those of you that are not up to date, my divorce hearing was Tuesday. The judge said, send me over the proposal. I'll get it today. I'll sign it in the morning. So it's a done deal. It's a done deal. It's just a matter of something being written up, sent to the judge. Judge is going to sign off on it. Then I get the paperwork, and it's then official. Today's Thursday. So I wrote my lawyer a letter, and I said, hey, what's going on? The judge said send this tonight, Tuesday. She'll sign it on Wednesday. Therefore, I should have it no later than, I don't know, last night sometime, not 2 o'clock in the afternoon on Thursday. Should I be writing you a letter? I got a novel back on why this is. Translated, they're going to use every dime I've sent them, dragging this out to get the money that I sent them. I'm not going to get any money back from it. And when it's all said and done and the 31st day rolls by where it cannot be contested or challenged, I'm going to write that attorney's firm the most nicest. No, I'm not. I'm going to write them up and tell them how I feel in Google because I just think it's ridiculous. I filed in July, 60 days. I haven't done the math yet, but I know it's not February of 2026. Then we're told, I'll sign this in the morning. She doesn't even have it yet. I'll share that more in depth on the Zoom, homies. Jamie's leaving. She says, good night, everyone. Good night, friends and homies. Good night, Jamie. Thank you very much for being here. Don't forget, April 29th.
Did you have to send them something first, or?
They've got to write up the conditions of the, and to me, this is something that should have been done long before me going to court. Okay, that's just me. You don't go to court. You get the judge to say, okay, yeah, send that over to me. I'll sign it. You're like, Your Honor, here it is, and she or he signed it. Happened to be a female, signs it right then and there. Even if it's virtual, she's got a copy in her hand. No, that wasn't done. Here's the catch. My lawyer was like Jamie. She was pregnant. She's had the kid. She's had the child. So she is no longer involved because she's on maternity leave. So we tag team in another lawyer, but we still got to run everything by the first lawyer. What a crock. What a crock.
Well, it could be worse.
Oh, I'm sure it could. I'm sure it could.
Whose sister ran into some difficulties years ago, and so my friend agreed to take one of her sister's kids for a while. And the sister was in Kansas, and this friend of mine was living near where I was back in Tennessee. And so they get something from the court in Kansas, and my friend, she takes it to see the judge. But she has a lawyer. Of course, you got to have a lawyer, you go to family court. And so they had a pleading, I guess it's called, of why she ought to get temporary custody of her nephew.
Right.
So they handed it in to the judge, but the judge has also got the copy of what happened in Kansas. And he's looking at that, and then he turns and asks my friend's lawyer, he says, "Why are you here?" Which is never a good sign.
No.
Ruling in Kansas gave her custody already. Her damn lawyer hadn't even read the paperwork.
Oh my goodness. Scott says it's worth an extra $400 to be over. Yeah, then it will be a grand total of $2,600 on a quoted $1,000 divorce. But that wouldn't surprise me. And I still think, because I didn't pay them everything they requested, I didn't have it. Even with the help of the one homie that sent me some money on my PayPal, I did not have it. I sent him what I could. And I made sure I thanked that homie the other day, and I made sure I thanked that homie privately. And I'm very appreciative of that. And as I was walking today, that thought hit me: is they're going to bill me yet again to get that money? And I'm not going to be nice about it. When it's all said and as long as nothing can blow back on me, I'm just going to unleash it. I'm going to go to my senior citizen moment. Hello, Paul Zilla. Paul Zilla's in the house, and it is 37.9 degrees with mist. Isn't that fog in Holly, Michigan? Okay.
Oh, and that here, where I am in near Las Vegas, it's supposed to 37 tonight and rainy.
Wow, that's cold for Vegas.
It's supposed to start coming up into the Saturday.
That's very cold. Yeah, the only thing I fear, and I didn't even realize this, that I have to wait 30. Lorna can contest it in 30 days. If by some chance of miracle she gets wind of things and wants to contest it, she's got 30 days. 30 days, I believe, starts once the judge signs it, once it becomes a legal document. Yeah. So 31 days after that, I'm off the hook, and I plan on being pretty upfront about it. Hey, you said 1,000, you said 60 days. We're now at 2,600, and we're now at however many months it's been. And it finally got said, done, and over. I don't know. But I probably, yeah, Chris, I'm gonna go get another lawyer to write up a Not a bad idea, though, if you think about it. Not a bad idea. Paul asked how am I feeling. I feel really good, Paul.
Only people guaranteed to make money are the lawyers.
Exactly. One big donut. No, the donut will be in May, regardless, good or bad. Now my weight's dropping now that I started walking again. It's finally on the downward slide again. And we all know weight, it goes up and down naturally. You get to a place you plateau, and I plateaued over the winter, and now I'm starting to drop again. I'd like to be 200 on May 21st. I think I can achieve that. If I lose about 4 pounds a month between now and May, I'll be well under 200 pounds. Like to be 190. That's what I weighed in high school. I don't think I'll ever see those days again, but we'll see. But overall, I'm feeling pretty good. Thank you for asking. The heavy weighted blanket helps out with the leg cramps. I have ever since I started using that. I haven't gotten one cramp. Damn thing's heavy, but it's doing its job, and I'm not getting cramped. A glazed donut. I don't know. It's just going to be a donut. Now, if I go in there and my number is extremely, extremely low, let's just say it's 5 something, I may have 2 donuts, or I may have a donut and a blizzard. Or if I go in there and it's back up to 7 or 8, which I don't see how that could happen because I watch what I eat, I may have a donut and a blizzard. I don't know. We'll see. You may even be like me and non-diabetic. Yeah, I wish. I would love to have your A1C number. I might be able to have them cut back some of the medication, and that would be good. That'd save me money. So that would be Robert, by the way. All right, I want to look at something here. 97 views, so we're close to last night. Can you turn side to side with a heavy blanket? Yes, I can actually. asking for a friend. Yeah, let your friend know that you can. It's really not that difficult to do. Um, what I've been doing is when I get into bed and I get all comfortable, then I make sure I'm kind of the way I want to sleep the night. And once I'm there, I've been staying in that position most of the night. Without the blanket, I toss and I turn, I toss and I turn. I get up, I walk off the cramps and everything else. That hasn't happened since I went back to the blanket. It's heavy, believe me. And you know the other thing that's not, and I think it's twofold. I think it's the weight, and I think it's the heat that it generates that's keeping my legs from cramping. I watch what I eat on my fork. This is going in my mouth. Yeah, I hear that. I hear that. All right, let's go ahead. We're at a little over an hour. I don't think we're going to get to 110, and that's fine. That was the all-time highest chat for me on a live stream, which was good. I enjoyed it. Hitting the button right about now, and it didn't work. Lowercase, exclamation X. Exclamation points work for Rich. He's got 34,252. Exclamation, let's go with a capital. Did I put an X? I put an X. X. Let's try it again. This time the X is capitalized. And
silk and satin and feel the night. Ooh, yeah. Glitter falling, golden light. Shine, shine. Every step a whispered tease. Moving slow like honey bees. Shimmy, shimmy, watch me glow. Oh, oh. Take it high and bring it low. Down, down. Velvet shine, I steal the show. Feel the rhythm, let it flow, flow, flow.
That's all, folks.
of people chatting, so it didn't. Man, the hat and the moon kind of blend together every now and then. That'll do it for tonight. I want to thank everybody for being here. If you'd like to join us on the Zoom panel, Stout Z00M, the email's on the top of the screen. Shoot me an email, request the credentials. I'll send you the link. Click on the link. It'll bring you right in, or it should. And then you don't even have to have your audio or your camera or anything. Just be here and listen to the madness. And sometimes it gets really interesting. And the other thing is, and some of us will get this, you don't have to install anything. Good night, everybody.